If you clicked on this video, it's because you're probably a loser, miserable, and a brokey. No, I'm just kidding, okay? I am just kidding. Don't cancel me. I am making this video because I wanted to talk about ways to stop being a loser, okay? Not saying you are one, but you clicked on the video for a reason, which means you're probably in some area of your life not fully satisfied. Maybe you're feeling a little lost, a little unmotivated. Maybe you're going through the trenches right now. Maybe you're in your flop era. It doesn't matter. We're all welcome here on this channel. As a girl who's crashed out and burnt out and hit rock bottom several times, I know how rock bottom looks down to a T. I can tell you the color of the walls, the popcorn ceilings. I know how rock bottom looks. And I also know how to get out of rock bottom. Getting out of rock bottom is all a mental thing. That's the beauty of it. You could really pull yourself out of rock bottom and stop being miserable, stop being a loser with a couple mental tricks. You could really think yourself into a happier mindset. When I first started making YouTube videos back in February, which is crazy that it's been that long already, it's been like 8 months, which is insane. One of my first videos I ever made was called "You're Only a Loser If You Stop Trying," and that was like one of my favorite videos I ever made. I just feel like it was just so real because that's truly how I feel. You're only a loser when you stop trying. Honestly, it doesn't matter if you're trying until you're 70 years old and you've taken 50 L's your whole life. As long as you keep trying and wake up every single day, there is no possible way you're a loser. There is just not. You're only a loser when you sit on the curb and give up. Okay? And it's okay to sit on the curb every now and then and have a breakdown, but as long as you get up, you're good. Okay, so the number one thing I want you to start thinking about when you're trying to change your life and see some drastic change and you just need to see something happen and get to it, okay? You are going to have a life mission, okay? Get a mission. Or in simpler words, work towards something. And it doesn't have to be your life's mission or your life's purpose, but it has to be something you could commit to for the next 6 months to a year. Have one goal that you really lock in on, okay? And honestly, it doesn't have to be just one goal. You could have several missions, 2 or 3 things you want to do and really achieve, but at least have one thing that every single day you're waking up for, okay? I don't care if it's you're trying to grow a YouTube channel, you're trying to get in the gym, you're trying to hit a certain financial goal. Just have at least one thing in your mind that you are going to dedicate yourself to every single day. The number one way to be a loser and to sit in depression and just not enjoy your life or not have anything to look forward to is if you're aimless. If you're just waking up and just kind of like hanging around and not really having anything that excites you or anything that you're kind of working towards, what are you doing? That is the number one highway straight to depression, straight to loserville, okay? So at least have one goal, one mission, something that you can dedicate majority of your time to, okay? So I need you to sit down, get a paper or go on your phone and just think about one thing you could commit yourself to for the next 6 months to a year and hone in on that bitch, okay? I don't care if it's the randomest thing. Find something, stick to it, learn it, perfect it. Just the mere fact of you committing to doing something and seeing it through, it's gonna give you so much confidence and it's also gonna build your skill set. So just pick something and hone in. Every single day that you wake up on this earth, every 24 that you get, you are going to do at least one thing every single day that gets you at least 1% closer to seeing that goal through. At least one thing that makes you 1% better than how you were yesterday. That is the mindset you want to be in. You're always trying to be at least 1% better than the person you were yesterday. And honestly, if you're currently in the trenches right now, the trenches can get kind of lonely. So instead of seeing it as a bad thing and just sitting in your own misery and sulking about it, use the isolation, use the trenches to your advantage. You are now in a time where you have no money to spend. You're probably not going out. You're not seeing your friends. Okay, use this time to really lock in, learn a skill, get obsessed with whatever it is you're trying to change. Get obsessed with whatever it is you want to become. You have no distractions. When you're at rock bottom and you're staying home all day and you don't have money to spend and you don't have anyone to hang out with, great. You have all the fucking time in the world to sit and change your life. Learn. Do something. You have all the time. So literally, like, there is no excuse, okay? And obviously, I don't want to sound insensitive to people's specific situations. Like, if you're someone who has to work over 40 hours a week to provide for your family, obviously this is going to be different for everyone on a case-by-case basis. But if you're someone who just is at home rotting and doesn't know what to do, you have an advantage, especially if you are in a situation where you don't have to worry about paying bills. Maybe you're with your parents still, maybe someone's supporting you, and you feel aimless. Like, now is the time to literally hone in on a skill. Doesn't matter how scary it might be, doesn't matter how out of your league it might be. Like, guys, I'm literally working in finance. I work in financial sales. Do I know anything about finance? No. But I literally told myself, this is a goal. This is something I have to learn if I want to be a better person. If I want to see the kind of money I want to have, I need to do sales. I need to do whatever is making money. And is it my passion? No. But that's why I have this channel. That's why I do other things, because in life, it's about give and take, okay? Number 2, and this might be a little controversial depending on who's watching, but you're gonna get spiritual in whatever context that means to you. It doesn't mean you have to join a religion and join a church, but you gotta believe in something bigger than yourself. You gotta believe in something bigger than the program. Whether that means you believe in God or you believe in some higher power or you're agnostic, you gotta believe in something bigger than yourself. There is something greater than you. All of this is happening for a reason. And when you have that backbone of spirituality, of faith, of good trust in the universe, you're just going to feel a lot more supported. You're going to feel a lot more in tune. And like I said, you don't have to join like any religion or anything in specific, but just believe that there is good in the world working for you and with you. Believe that you're not alone. Believe that there are forces that you can't maybe understand or explain that are helping you, that are pointing you in the right direction. And if you really pay attention to them, you will find more and more signs that you're either on the right path or wrong path. Never doubt the power of your intuition. But a lot of things in society kill our intuition, okay? Things like too much consumption, too much social media, too much fast food, too much junk food. A lot of these things, toxic people, they kill our intuition. So it's really important to spiritually fast from things that might be hurting you and hurting your soul, because it is truly your soul that is going to guide you and allow you to see these forces in the world that are going to show you what path you're meant to be on. Okay, so it doesn't matter in what way, just get spiritual in some way, believe in something good, believe in something bigger and better, and it's just gonna motivate you, okay? Number 3, you're going to swag where you at, okay? And what does this mean? I know it sounds cringe, but just hear me out. Confidence is not about material stuff. It's not about what you have or your credit, what's the word, accreditations, whatever things you have or achieved. It's about being cool with where you are. It's about being cool with what you have. Even if you're not where you want to be fully in life yet, it's about being okay with where you're at. Like, you swag where you're at. Right? I need you to reframe everything you think is bad about yourself. Find at least one cool thing you like about yourself. Okay, at least one thing. I promise you, you have it. Sometimes a little delusional confidence will take you very far, because at first, you're gonna feel really silly trying to like reframe your thoughts and reframe the negative perception you have into a positive. It's gonna feel fake at first, but with time, it's gonna become a part of your self-concept, okay? So really just be okay with where you are. Don't try to pretend to be this person you're not to fit in. Literally just be cool with where you are, and people can tell when you're someone who's okay with yourself and okay with even your flaws and your shortcomings, and you're aware and you're willing to work on it. That is attractive, that is magnetic. So swag where you're at, be cool with it, and move on. The 4th way to stop being a loser is to become more of a people person. And look, what I mean by this is stop thinking strangers are the enemy. Stop saying things like, I hate people, or everyone sucks, or everyone's judging me. That is just a negative misconception. And the more you think that, the more you're going to attract people that aren't in alignment with you. I need you to start believing that people are good. People are there to help you learn. Be open to people. Be open to learning from someone you might not think that you could learn from. You never know. There is opportunity, there is knowledge, there is experiences, and the randomest corners of the world with the randomest people, and you got to be open to those experiences, because A, for your possibility for a new friendship and a connection, and B, you'll never know what you can learn or what opportunity you could get just by opening your mouth and not being scared to talk to people, okay? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being naturally introverted or naturally to yourself, but you want to kind of get rid of this like self-limiting concept or self-limiting belief that people are bad, strangers are out to get you. Stop saying you hate people, don't internalize that, and when you go out into the world, be excited about who you'll meet, okay? It'll change your life. Number 5, start asking yourself what are some ways you could always help people or be memorable to people. The most powerful magnetic people, they're not the ones who are just always thinking about what's in it for me, right? They're thinking about how can I bring a positive experience to the room? How can I provide value to the room? What can I do to be memorable? What can I do to help this person either learn something new, feel comfortable, feel heard? Literally just be a person who is oriented towards service and providing a good experience, okay? And it's not to say you don't think about yourself and you put yourself on the back burner, but you are conscientious of other people in the room with you, and that's gonna make you so much more alluring and so much more magnetic. Number 6, realize the power of alchemy and how you could literally transmute any negative situation into a positive situation. Same thing, a negative thought, you have the power to change into a positive thought, okay? And also, never ever claim negative thoughts, okay? You could just acknowledge it as, okay, this is a negative thought I'm having. This is a passing thought, a passing moment, a negative emotion. It is not a part of my concept. It is not a part of my identity. I do not claim this, okay? It's normal to have negative emotions. It's normal to experience emotional pain, okay? But what you don't want to do is claim those as a part of your identity. Stop telling yourself, I'm so lazy, I'm so fat. You could be like, I'm having a day where I'm experiencing laziness, but it's not a part of who you are. It's just an emotion, it's a feeling, it's fleeting. Never claim any of those things because there is power in your words, power in your tongue. Don't claim that shit, okay? You could claim the fleeting emotion of it. You could claim the discomfort that you're currently experiencing. Don't claim that to be who you are because there's a lot more power in what you say than you think. The more and more you repeat something to yourself, your subconscious brain is going to internalize that as a part of your self-concept, which is a big no-no. But the good thing is that you can always change that, okay? Your brain is so neuroplastic. You could constantly teach yourself to think in different ways. So there is power in the way you speak to yourself, and this also applies to the people you hang out with. And that's my next point. Hang out with people who are also trying to A, improve themselves, B, be better humans, and C, doing things with their lives, okay? Please, who you hang out with will be the sum of your reality, okay? Just keep that in mind. And the last point I want to talk about is to do a self-audit, and I want you to be very honest, okay? Don't sugarcoat it. Don't try to make it look better than what it is. Be very honest with yourself. Do a self-audit of your daily habits, the main things you pretty much do every day on a daily basis, and I want you to take note of all of your bad habits, okay? And for each bad habit, I want you to at least try to replace it with a healthier habit. It doesn't have to be the most perfect routine, but at least implement one good habit for each bad habit. And the best way to do this is every single week. You try to replace one of the bad habits for a good one, and little by little, you're gonna have acquired a routine of positive habits, okay? Okay guys, that was it for today's video. I had so much fun making this video. I love talking about things like this. I feel like, you know, we're at a time of the year where it's about to be New Year's already somehow, which is crazy. So now is the perfect time to really be honest with yourself about how you can improve, you know, stop being a loser. But like I said, the only way to be a loser is to just stop trying and give up. So as long as you keep going forward and keep trying and you're trying to be at least 1% better, and you know, like, you're good, okay? So I hope these tips helped you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.